Hey y'all, back again tonight. It's a good old Saturday night for me. Priests, Toy Safari, episode 14. Okay, and I'm Chance Priest, and this is my junk. So, I pulled out a from the surface. I think it's going to be a bunch of Kamen Rider original, the old Bandai, the old 10 to 12 inch Bandai figures from the 70s of Kamen Rider guys. And these are like some of the best old kaiju ever made, in my opinion, especially if you like bipedal humanoid based kaiju, you know, monster men, which I do. I'm real into monster men. I think they're really cool. So anyway, I've been buying them here and there for years, and I mean I'm sure in other totes I got this one and that one and you know and boy, before the internet they were impossible to find, you know. So but you know, now you can find them here and there, and every once in a while they come up on eBay. But you know, you'll see certain ones are real expensive. And then get them with they all have they're called, the bad guys are called shockers, and they have a belt. And they have a rubber belt, and they have rubber boots. And, you know, if you can get them without the boots and belt, you know, you can usually get them pretty cheap, you know. I mean, when I say pretty cheap, I mean like, you know, $60 to $100, you know. And then, but for a nice one, you know, it's, it's usually about $200 to $300 loose for a nice figure. But anyway, right on top, I had some rare ones. I've taken pictures of these before. I don't know if I post them anywhere. Like I say, fairly new to all this stuff, so this computer stuff, like I say, I feel like I'm the old hermit, been living on the mountain, come down into town and realize there's people still there. And so real exciting to start doing all this stuff and showing off my stuff, and you know, heck, I've already made some friends out there, so that's pretty cool. Toy buddies is what I like to call them. Anyway, so we're gonna start right now. I got Kamen Rider. There is one mint in the package, and unless you know somebody in Japan with a monster collection or over here with a monster collection, finding them still sealed in the bag, which I'll be honest, I don't like them sealed in the bag. I like them out so I can display them. Of course, it wouldn't hurt, you know, all kaiju that have bags and header cards just have a couple of staples in them. You take I take a pair of needle nose pliers and open up those staples and pull them out clean, and you can open them up, and then that way you can actually take care of the cards a lot better too, you know. So but anyway, he's got some tears, because I mean, who wants to display it in that dirty old bag? I don't, but I mean, I know everybody's, if that's your deal, that's your deal. You like a rubber bag on your stuff, but not me. Anyway, but he's cool, super cool. And like I say, just to find them in the package is rare, and they are expensive. And there you go. And I won't even kid, I can't remember any of these guys' names at all. I've attempted to learn them through the years, and whatever I remembered, been flushed out. Can't remember now. So anyway, still don't know where I'm at here, but anyway, it's got inserts and stuff. I mean, you can see how colorful everything is. They're beautiful figures, beautiful. Look at this dude. That's, you know what, 13 inches, 14 inches. I don't know, monster dude. I think that's Chameleon Man. I think I remember him. But look at the little beads on his eyes. Anyway, I think these are some of the most artistic, creative things ever made in Japan. The shocker figures, and I mean, kind of on the same line, the figures from Kamen Rider. That is Kamen Rider. Kikaider, however you pronounce it, you know, I don't know. I had a store. I've owned a couple of different antique stores, antique malls, and you know, where you rent out booths, and then I always had some toys, you know, in them. And I had a lady come, a Japanese lady. She was like, maybe in her mid-20s or something. I think she was in school, in college for something. But anyway, over from Japan. And she came in, and at that time, it was coming into Christmas, and I always put a lot of Japanese figures out. And everything, I said, oh, kaiju, she was correcting me. She didn't have really good English, but boy, she could correct what little Japanese I had really quick. She was really good. But it was so fun. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. She said, oh, that's what she's trying to tell me. It was just amazing. I just thought that's funny because I said, she had a picture on her phone of her and the guy from that played Kick Hater, the way I said, where they, I guess, they had a live event or whatever, and she was there taking pictures with him and everything, and I thought that was really neat. And then I said Kick Hater, and she just, she's like, yeah, I was like, okay, but so she was cool. But anyway, get off on stuff. Okay, this dude, awesome, freaking awesome. And I mean, they had a good thing going because they used the same legs, I think, on most of. Some of them have textured legs, but they pretty much used the same stuff, the same style, and then just did a little bit of texturing on each one of them. They probably had some blanks made up at the factory, and then they'd add a little here and there, and then of course all the heads are different. The sculpts and the ingenuity, it makes me like really jealous. I mean, I won't lie, I get real jealous because I'm like. That artist was so good, And granted, I mean, the toy makers are making off of, what was made for the TV shows, but they look a lot different in a lot of cases, So anyway, look at that. It's so exciting to see these because I think they're some of the best ever made. And Shocker, look at that belt buckle. That makes him an evil Shocker guy, And just so cool, At least it is to me. There we go. Look at that dude. Scorpion claw, crab claw, whatever. Anyway, he's great. He's missing boots, and sometimes I have extra boots here and there. I always get a kick looking at these guys. I actually pulled these out. I don't know, not when I first started getting on the computer, and I took a picture of them, but every time it's like a new time, And can't wait to get my deal built and put all these on display. It's gonna be so cool. And of course, I still need some. I think the most expensive is Bee-Woman, and she's super cool. She's super hard to find, and but super expensive. And it's like, do I want like 4 or 5 of them, or 6 of them, or do I want Bee-Woman? So maybe I'd rather fill in a few more gaps before I go for the big one. And I have all these shows on disc too. I don't have any that are translated, dubbed. I just have. I don't even have subtitles. I just have them in Japanese. So I just, I can make my own story up. Anyway, Batman. That's what I call him. Oh, my voice is going so quick. I just barely. This dude. He always freaks me out. He looks like the guy off of Outer Limits that had had that real weird face. And they might have stolen. Japanese ain't above stealing some of that stuff, But he is so cool. Look at that sculpt. We talk about toy art. I do, at least. Man, that's toy art. High art. Killer. Man, if you don't think it's art, I just. Maybe I need to start like a college of toy college. I'll run a toy college and I'll indoctrinate you to toy art. This stuff ain't just toys. Okay, this guy's pretty simple. He's a fox guy. I don't think he's even supposed to be a wolf because they have a wolf guy. I think he's a fox. Look at that tail. But even at that, they made him so weird looking that he's just super awesome. Now, see, if you took one of these guys and you had one of these master sculptors that can do realistic stuff, and you had a realistic fox head put on it, it'd suck. You know, I mean, it's the whole impressionism of it all that makes it so good. I've always called him the cockroach. I don't know who he is, but he's supposed to have horns or antlers or feelers or something like that. I can't remember. I actually had 2 of these. This is one of those, every toy guy knows this, makes you sick. When I say guys, I mean guys and girls, because I know I get emails from some of you gals, and that's just the way I talk, so that's the way it is. I ain't leaving you out. You know, my train of thought's so short. Oh, y'all know this. You guys know this. Like when you have 2 of something, and you know it, but you don't. You know, I sold one of these with complete, and I kept the one that wasn't complete, but on accident. You know, I mean, so that when I finally found that one, I was like, man, what am you doing? You know, that's when you give yourself one across the chin, you know, just stupid, you know. So sometime I'll probably have to buy another one with the antlers, and then I'll finally sell the one without. But I'd rather have one without than none at all. And heck, I could probably make a set of antlers for it, or feelers, or whatever it's supposed to have. This guy's called Cactus Man, or he's supposed to be a Cactus Man, I think. I'm pretty sure. I love that guy. The way they draw him over there with all the cactus and the thorns and stuff, he's freaking awesome. This guy's another bug thing. But, you know, this is what I call organic sculpture. When everything is, it's not even, it's not perfect. I mean, I can see the thumb impressions when this guy, I'm a sculptor, y'all. I can sculpt toys, no problem. But, you know, the thumb impressions and stuff like that. And for years, you know, I used to work on like making everything, oh, that's got to be perfect. I got to make that one the exact same size as that one. And then I realized that sucks. I mean, what's awesome is the organicness. I left that indentation over there, or that unevenness, and I mean, my oldest son, he's a little OCD. He likes everything. I mean, he's out there with a micrometer, you know. Nope. He likes things even. Like in his toy collection, there's 5 figures on that side. There better be 5 on that side, and they gotta be the same height, or they gotta be ascending the same way. He's like that. I am opposite. Well, I guess you can tell I'm a bit messy, so I don't have that problem at all. And thank God. I like it like I like it, you know. We're all different, and that's what makes us all so cool. And when some people are different, they're not cool, but you know what I mean. Y'all have those too. Look at that. Spider dude guy. Again, look at just the oddball feelers, antlers, whatever. Y'all hear that? That's green slime, man. If y'all ain't never watched Green Slime, which I think most of y'all have, movie's like a religious experience. I love that movie. That movie's so good. Anyway, love that dude too. That is awesome. It's really hard to keep my mind straight, and that's because I'm always thinking of stuff. Like when I see these guys, I think of stuff I want to create myself, or things that I want to go find or do or buy, and I get off. And I'm tired right now, and it is still even as bad. Like, you know. Okay, we're getting out of the cycle for a second because this guy's on top, but that is a beauty. That's an original Nito. Gaios. That's the large one. Beautiful. Whew. Look. Speaking of Gaios, bingo. That's a Italian photo booster. They're naturally folded. They all come folded, so that's why it's no big deal that it's up there folded. I don't want somebody to think I'm some kind of moron, treat my posters bad, because I have big movie poster collection. And one day I'll get them all out, but we'll have to sprawl out on the floor and do a movie poster one. Back to the Shocker figures. And look, again, all this stuff's 1970s. It's all original. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Look at them oven mitts. Look at that. The veins. Ridiculous. It's awesome. It's what it's about. It's what all this is about. It's so good. Oh, this guy's a mushroom man. Look at that. Growing some mushrooms there. Now, you know they watch Matango and stole this, but which is okay because he's super cool. He's actually cooler than Matango, but Matango the movie is sick. Awesome. Weird. You know, it's like weird, like right after you're done, you want to go take a shower weird. You know, it's like, but I love Matango. Seen it a bunch of times. It's still makes me feel weird every time I watch it, but I love it weird, you know. I don't know. Okay. Keep going, keep going. There's the wolf guy. There he is. And he's been through some wrestling matches, you know. He's been fighting some Kamen Rider guys. Got a few little black marks on him, and he's missing his boots. So getting a set of them boots is pretty hard. Everybody wants a lot for them. Mainly because everybody needs them. Oh, man. This dude. Oh, I'll tell y'all a great story. I was offered one of these just recently. And it was real expensive. Really expensive. I mean, well, $500 expensive. $450, something like that. But anyway, and I was trying to work out a deal for him, and I just finally said, you know what, right now, I just can't afford that. I got a lot of Kamen Rider guys. And lo and behold, I had the sucker. So, who'd have thought it? And I really didn't really know it till just right now. So that makes me super, super happy. Woo! Biggin. And it don't get no cooler than Cobra Man. Number one, I love snake-headed dudes, which I think you are starting to learn that. But snake-headed and snake-handed, I ripped this off a little bit in I write stories, I write comics and stuff, and of course I make toys. And one of my guys, he's a weird-looking dude because he's not, but he has a tiger head for a hand. It's awesome, awesome toy. I do art toys, but anyway, this guy is so, oh God, I mean, it just, I don't know. I hope y'all get emotional when y'all look at y'all's toys. That would prove that I'm not absolutely crazy, but what's art supposed to do, right? It's supposed to be visual, and it's supposed to give you an emotional impact. It's supposed to affect you emotionally. So it brings out your hot desires, makes you cry, makes you laugh, makes you whatever. I can go into a museum and I see things and I ponder them and I think about them and I'm like, oh, that painting's awesome, or this is that, and but nothing affects me like toys do. So, and I know a lot of guys out there like this. When they see toys, they're like, it's an emotional response. They're like, oh, of course they want it, but I mean, don't you want that art? And you want to possess the art, but it's. I mean, these things are pieces of art. I mean, they really are, and I don't know how to get that across any better. But they emotionally, they just make me. I said something earlier. I said, man, this stuff makes me want to live longer, and it does. I'm just like, oh man, it's just the questing, the just looking at it, the loving it. I mean, I love to know, man, I own that. And when I'm dead, my kids will own it. They're all toy collectors too, so that's cool. So they'll own it, or maybe the next collector will get it. even if I sell it or whatever, you know, the next guy gets it and he loves it. You know, it's important to me. You know, anyway, I think it's important. The pure investor guy, toy investor guy, I don't mind selling to him, but not my thing. It's all emotional to me. Look at that. He is so beautiful. Look at him. Again, love that figure. Of course, some Japanese kid wrote his name on the back, which that's common. All y'all aren't familiar with Japanese toys, and y'all see that, right? That's that kid's name because Mama told him to write that on the back, or he took it to school or something and said, write your name on the back so you don't lose it. And that's very, very common in Japan. The bottom of the foot and the back, and of course it hurts the value. But you know what? In his case, he stands like that all the time. I never think about that name. And you know, there's a lot of me that likes the fact that some little boy, some little girl, they loved him so much that, you know, they beautifully wrote their name down his back. You know, that it was theirs. You know, doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. I know it affects value, but doesn't bother me none. Okay. Ooh, these are really rare, y'all. These are really rare. These are 60s. They are rubber hand puppets. Ultraman. These are really hard to find. You find one or two here and there, but they're not common. That's a Red King. Red King's always been one of my favorite dudes. Here is a, oh man, I bet this video's went too long. Here's a Pigmon, Garamon. And these are Ultra Q, so 66. I think that's Ultra Q, 64, 60, you know, early, mid-60s. Anyway, really hard to find. I only had 2 in there, but I thought I know I own more somewhere, so don't ask me how this little critter got in here, but since it's in there, we're going to show it to you. I don't know if y'all remember, oh my God. You know the big, does it say on there? Sid and Marty Krofft. You know, it's 1970 Remco. HR, puffin stuff. Who's your friend when times get rough? Anyway, I love that critter, man. That is awesome. That goes in any, you know, look at that vinyl. Look at that hair. That thing's mint. That goes in any good monster collection. I don't care. I like HR Puffs. It's a trip. Very rare. The Y mark. Can't remember. I should know it easy, but anyway, there you go. Ogun Bat. Phantom Man. Golden Bat. They got a bunch of different names for him. Freaking awesome. And I mean, he goes back, I think the Ogun Bat, he goes back to the 50s. But that is a really, really rare original figure. Is Sheikah? No, no. Anyway, one of the oldest revered toy companies that just, the old brain ain't got it in there no more. But anyway, he's awesome. He's rare as heck. Anyway, well, I'm zonked. That's the show for the day, and episode 14. And I'll get these uploaded, and I don't know, sometime this week I'll be back, and man, we'll get a whole bunch more stuff out, because it's just. Some guy said, "Are you about done?" I mean, I ain't even started. There's a little bitty pile of stuff from these videos, and they're just walls of it over there. So we got lots to do. Thank y'all again. See you next time.